Good morning. My name is Maurice Rigsby, and I'm excited to be here today with all of you to announce the second round of the Ellen Carpenter HBCU Scholarship Program. It's an exciting time, and we have some officials here that we're going to hear from today and to discuss this important opportunity to provide our students with the opportunity to go forward in their education. We appreciate the hospitality that UAPB has shown us today, and we look forward to working with you to start this process. And we're going to open the program up with a welcome from our student leader, and then we will have introductions by Representative James Word, and then we'll hear about the purpose of the scholarship from Senator Tracy Steele, and we'll hear comments from Interim Director of the Department of Higher Education, Shane Broadway, and then we'll have comments from Dr. Davis and be able to take questions about the scholarship. So we appreciate your attention and your time today for this worthy cause. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's such a beautiful day outside looking at the wonderful scenery at the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. And first I want to say welcome to the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, the flagship of the Delta. It's such a great opportunity to be in front of so many great people in this state, like the mirage behind me of the foundation of this institution, and looking into the crowds and seeing such great people that can make a positive impact on the state of Arkansas, such as Mr. Broadway, Senator Steele, the Chancellor Davis, Senator Hank Wilkins, Representative Hank Wilkins. It's such a wonderful opportunity. Truly, the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff produced such great leaders and continues to make an impact in the community, the state, and the nation, and making a global impact in the world. So, today marks a wonderful opportunity to spread that wealth and that opportunity to enhance this world that we live here, the state and the community, by offering a scholarship in the name of Ellen Carpenter, who was truly a pioneer in her way, being a social activist and also being a great in education. So I'm going to let the program go, and I just want to say thank you once again for coming and being a great influence, because I would not be here without everyone in this room and the people behind me. Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm James Word, State Representative for District 16, and I'm a proud 1997 graduate, 1977 graduate. Well, you know, Hank and I joke so much about our age, I kind of regress there. And I'm a proud 1977 graduate of the University of Arkansas of Pine Bluff. And it was great pleasure that I stand before you this morning to introduce some of the special guests that has come out to participate in this special occasion, such as former Senator and State Representative Shane Broadway, also former Senator and now State Representative Tracy Steele, and also your former senator. We have such many former senators here today. I don't know how to get all this in order. Former Senator and now State Representative Hank Wilkins, who represents District 17, which is the district that we're currently in at this present time. And so I would just simply like to say that this is a great occasion for the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff to participate in the Ellen Carpenter Scholarship that were introduced in the General Assembly, in the 8th General Assembly that just ended on the 27th of April. And I think that we did some great things for the Department of Higher Education. So at this time, I would like to bring for you Tracy Steele, who will explain to you a little bit more in depth about the Ellen Carpenter Scholarship that will be given here at the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you, Representative Word. And I just want to say I was born in 1997. I'm glad to be here on this wonderful, wonderful campus. And I want to thank Representative Word for his leadership in the House. He was one of our leaders who did not hesitate when we called and asked him to not only participate and support and vote, but also to give. Certainly, Glad to be here with my colleague. Not only we're colleagues in the House, but we're in the Senate as well, Senator Wilkins. And we don't go by a whole lot of titles, you know. If you ever get confused about what to call us, what our moms named us is just fine. It's good to see Hank here. It's also good to see Shane here. Shane was a leader in the Senate and supported this legislation, and now to have an opportunity to go from being someone who could support the legislation by a vote to now going into a position where he can administrate the legislation that we voted on is really something that's a real blessing, and it's going to be a tremendous help for our children. Let me thank your wonderful Chancellor. Let's give him a round of applause, Chancellor Davis, to do an outstanding job. You know, they say, you know, they talk about flagship sometime, and when they talk about flagship, I always think about UAPB as being the flagship university in Arkansas. Ellen Carpenter was an outstanding lady. She was a devout educator. She recently passed, well into her 90s, and still active in community activities, active in the development and the restoration of the Mosaic Templar building down. It's in Little Rock now, downtown Little Rock. And she was just a wonderful inspiration, and that's why we named this scholarship in her honor. But also it was a personal commitment for me when I sponsored the legislation when I was in the Senate. It goes all the way back to when I was in college. I attended Rice University in Houston, Texas. Well, you say, well, what does Rice University, a predominantly majority institution, have to do with my commitment for historically black colleges and universities? Well, I'm glad you asked. See, Rice University is right in the middle of downtown Houston, Texas. And I was there, I was fortunate to be there on an athletic scholarship. But right down the street, and we used to call it just a short bicycle ride, because that's all we had was bicycles. A short bicycle ride down the street was Texas Southern University, Coach. I see Coach over there. Good to see you. A short bicycle ride to Texas Southern University. And Texas Southern University was a place that we could go, the small population of those who were culturally challenged at Rice University, where we could go to feel at home. And when they would see us coming on campus for either social activity, some of us, not myself, but some of my teammates even had the opportunity to pledge for a fraternity or a sorority right there at Texas Southern University, because they did not allow that on the campus at Rice University. But more important than that, it was a place that we could call home away from home. And although they know that we were not students there on the campus, they always open their doors to us, and they always welcome us there. And we knew, although we were very pleased to get the education we received at Rice University, we knew that we were missing something. When we left, we knew there was always something positive going on, because those instructors, those professors there on that campus just seemed to really care. They seemed to get it about how important education was. And so I always thought in my mind, if I ever was in a position to give back, to help, to support historically black college or university, irregardless of what that institution was, that I would do that. Now, I thought I would do that as a tight end for the Dallas Cowboys, Coach, and be able to give millions of dollars back to the university, but that didn't work out. But in God's divine wisdom, I was able to become elected official and never forgot the impact that HBCU had on my life, and this was my opportunity to give back. And I couldn't do that without the help of my colleagues, without the help of the legislature, and certainly without the help of the administration who supported us. So this is the second round. Senator Broadway will explain the details a little later, but it's a unique scholarship. You may say that, well, the state has gone a long way, but we certainly have not scratched the surface of the needs that are out there as far as helping our students financially to actually not only begin an education, but to complete their education. So those who participated and were awarded last time, they're eligible again this time. And even though you may not be eligible for the Academic Challenge Scholarship that now exists, there's a possibility could be eligible for the Ellen Carpenter Scholarship. And you can get both scholarships. And I think in a time where the economy is uncertain, I think it's even more important, and I think it's even more significant, if you will, that we were able to have the resources and the fortitude and the courage to say that education is so important that we are going to fund this HBCU scholarship program once again. So I want to thank you and congratulate you. And I want to go out of order just a little bit here. And I want to ask my colleague, Representative Wilkins, if you would come and have a word to say this morning. Let's give him a hand as he comes.
Let the church say amen. Thank you, Senator Steele. Thank you to the other legislators who are present, Chancellor Davis. We appreciate your hospitality this morning and all that you do here at UAPB and across the Delta to make a difference in the lives of students and those who are pursuing higher education. We want to say a special word of thanks to all of the faculty and the staff who are here. Vice Chancellor, we thank you for your work as well. And Senator Steele, thank you for your vision and for your insight and for your commitment to higher education for minority students and recognizing the challenges of students who attend HBCUs and giving them yet another option that can make a difference in their being able to see the goal line and make it there. Thank you very much, and I appreciate the opportunity to be here today.
It's always a tough act to follow, Representative Steele and Representative Wilkins, and it's even harder to remember exactly what to call them. The governor subscribes to this philosophy that once a senator, always a senator. And so I always catch myself calling them a senator, even though they're currently serving in another capacity. So when all else fails, I can't do this to Tracy, but I can to Wilkins, is say pastor. I know I got a shot at getting it right then. So, but it is hard to follow those two distinguished gentlemen who I have had the privilege and pleasure to serve with. And Representative Word, thank you as well for your leadership. I do want to commend first off the leadership of the General Assembly and our governor in having the wisdom and vision to establish a scholarship. And we at the Department of Higher Education are honored to be the administrators of that scholarship. And I do want to introduce Brandy Hinkle from our staff, as well as many of you know Lisa Smith, who has worked with the program over the last several years and will continue to do so this year. We're excited about any opportunity that's created for a student from Arkansas to be able to better themselves through a higher education. Our governor has established the goal of doubling the number of degrees by the year 2025. And if we're going to improve the status of Arkansas's economy and Arkansas's future, it's going to take all of us playing a role and a part in that. And so I'm excited to be a part of this program, that it is one of the 3 campuses involved in this program is the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. Chancellor, I want to commend your leadership of this institution, of this wonderful facility. And as I mentioned the other day, I'm actually going to see if I can get a parking spot. I've been down here about the last 3 weeks. I was down at the Chancellor's office a few weeks ago, was at Dr. Benjamin's Educational Access Conference last week before the flood came. And so back here today, and it's always a privilege to be on campus. And another congratulations I want to say publicly again to the university for their work with our department in establishing the PhD program in aquaculture. We are very excited about that, and I know you are as well. We sincerely appreciate Chancellor Davis and Dr. Benjamin and the whole staff who worked with us to go through that process, and we know it's going to be successful. I just noticed the day after I talked about it last week that catfish prices are up. And so my hope is that we'll get these students in really fast to figure out how to lower that catfish price. But we're excited about the impact that that's going to have on the industry. A couple of notes. Representative Steele talked a little bit about the criteria. It is different than some of our other programs. And so to you, the members of the media, I believe you have a media packet that outlines the exact details. But one key thing to remember for those students who are going to apply either from UAPB or Arkansas Baptist or Philander Smith is the deadline is August 1st. If you watch TV, listen to the radio, or look at print ads right now, there are a number of commercials outlining the other scholarship programs that we administer at the Department of Higher Education, namely the most notable is Academic Challenge. That is advertisements directing those students to our website. There are about 21 programs that we administer outside of this program, so we want to encourage everyone, as Representative Steele was talking, not only to apply for the Ellen Carpenter Scholarship, but also make sure that they are eligible, might be eligible for other programs that we administer. The more opportunity they have to gain access to financial aid and be able to afford to be able to go to college, we know the longer that they are likely to stay and graduate with some type of credential. And so we encourage everyone to go to our website. There are also, for those of you that use smartphones, we have an app that you can download. You can apply and check your status online on there as well. The key date to remember for those programs is June 1. The key date to remember for the Ellen Carpenter program is August 1. And that is to get all the information. And one thing I'll comment about that I really like about this program, not only the person that's being honored by it, by these members, but also that it does have a requirement for community service to provide access and information about community service to these students. And that's really a huge part. It's not just the academic side, but it's also about giving back to our communities. And that being part of the criteria, I think, is very vital and important. And I applaud y'all's vision in including that as a part of this scholarship. So we're honored to be a part of this, honored to work with the members of the General Assembly for their vision with this idea. And thanks to each of you for being here today. Chancellor.
Good morning. And welcome to each and all of you. And I want to give special recognition to Representative Steele. I still think of you as Senator Steele and Senator Wilkins, Representative Word, for your outstanding support of this university. Through the years, you have been supportive of us, and we deeply appreciate it because I think that the mission that we have and the cause that we serve is worth support. Also, Director of Broadway, I was trying to figure out whether to call you Senator or not, but I decided maybe I'll call you Director. Thank you so much. You have to know that he was a tremendous assistant, gave us tremendous assistance, rather, in this current session in his role as interim director. We were so happy to have him there, not only just for UAPB, but for higher education in general. I wish you'd give them a round of applause. And also, I want to say hello and welcome to our faculty, staff, and students that are here. They are not well paid, but they work well. I'll just say that. We have some outstanding people here, and as you look at this beautiful facility we have here, the gentleman that, as the brain behind that is Mr. Henry Linton. He's been invaluable to him. I call him a genius. And then we have other people here, Dr. Benjamin, Dr. Page, and Dr. Buckner, and many others who worked very hard so that we can be a better service to our students and to the state. And I would be remiss if I didn't express my appreciation on behalf of the institutions that are benefiting from this program, and we will certainly put it to good use. And certainly in these stressful times economically, our students need this support. It's very grievous to me when students have to leave this university because they don't have sufficient resources to pay the price. And of course, this will go a long way in helping a lot of students, and we thank you so very much. And then of course, the lady that's named for her, she deserves this honor, and I'm just proud that we are part of it. Thank you very much.